G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran from GuitarZero2Hero, and in this lesson I'm going to be teaching you how to finally play the F chord. This is the most dreaded chord for every single beginner out there, but I'm going to teach you 4 different ways of playing this chord, starting from the easiest version up to the dreaded F bar chord. So let's start with the easiest way of playing the F chord. We're going to start with our ring finger, place that on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Middle finger will go on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your index finger will go on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. We're going to be muting every other string here, so we're only going to be strumming these 3 strings. Your 1st string, 6th and 5th string are all going to be muted. And that's the easiest way possible of playing an F chord. Now the next F chord that you can play, which is probably more common and more acceptable, is building off that easiest F that we just had. So with all our fingers in that position, our index finger is actually going to bar the 1st fret for the 2nd and 1st strings. So you're going to push that down for both strings. And from the 4th string we have, and that is the second easiest way to play an F chord, and probably more common than that first one we learnt as well. The third way we can play an F, which starts to sound a bit fuller, is by taking our ring finger and moving that up to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And with our pinky now, we're going to replace where our ring finger originally was and put that on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. So we have, and that's the third easiest way to play the F chord. We're going to not hit the 6th string, it's just the 5th string onwards. And we're still barring that 1st fret at 2nd and 1st strings. Finally, we have the hardest way of playing the F, and the one that all beginners dread, but you need to learn how to play this. I can't stress this enough, it is so important because it's going to form the basis of every other bar chord that you're going to play in the future. So from our last position that we had, we'll just now take our index finger and we'll place it across the whole 1st fret. So now the 6th string will be hit on the 1st fret. The 2nd and 1st strings will also be hitting the 1st fret. Now strength wise, it's really important that your thumb is behind the fretboard here, because it's going to make it easier to clamp down this index finger onto the 1st fret. Now one little trick for this bar chord is the fact that you don't actually need to push down on every single string with this index finger. What are the main strings we need to ring out? Well, it's the 6th string, the 2nd string, and the 1st string. So that means you can really just only apply pressure down the bottom here and apply pressure up at the top by just sort of curling your finger in a bit more when you're pushing down. And that way, you're only hitting the notes that really matter. And the F chord will sound fairly nice without you having to strain by pushing every single finger down. Just concentrate on that top string, the 2nd and the 1st string. Now with every single F chord that I've just shown you here, it's really important that you play every string of that chord to make sure it rings out, and then you can play that chord. This is whilst you're practicing the chord, but it'll really help you identify where you're going wrong with the chords. So for the easiest way of playing the F, make sure every string's ringing out and then pluck them all together. Then the second one, make sure they're all ringing out, then strum them all together. Then the third one, make sure it's all ringing out, then strum them all together. And finally the real F chord. All the notes are ringing out nicely, and now we can strum it. So hopefully this will help you guys play the F chord that is so common in a lot of my tutorials and videos. Be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook, and also check out the bar chord lesson here for more clarification on bar chords. It would mean so much if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave your thoughts, comments and questions below, and I'll see you next time on GuitarZero2Hero. Cheers.
No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. But that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off the corner of the mat. that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't ever getting older.